Welcome back, Hustlers. Who is getting excited for the upcoming holiday season? I know that I am. Thanksgiving is really a big deal at my house. It turns into Friendsgiving more often than not because, obviously family isn't as much fun as friends, right? But I will say the more people that come, every year I have these crazy requests. This one's a vegan, that one's a vegetarian, and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna show you how to make an awesome appetizer. It is a mushroom and walnut pate. So check out this video, let me know what you think, and try it out for your Friendsgiving. Walnuts can burn very, very quickly. So I just stand over it. This is actually the hardest part that you really have to stand over. I just kind of shake them up. Once they begin to toast and get a little brown on the edges, go ahead and transfer them to a plate. I have a tablespoon of avocado oil. You can use olive oil, whatever oil you want. And this is 1 yellow onion that I roughly chopped. The good thing about this recipe is it's all going into a food processor to get that pate texture. So really you just need to chop up your mushrooms and onion and everything just roughly. It doesn't have to be uniform. So this takes 3 to 6 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes. Get back in there. Let's talk about garlic while this is going. This recipe calls for, I would say, 6 cloves. I have 8 because I don't want to take any chances with vampires, but I really like garlic. So garlic, suggestion is 6 cloves chopped, but if you're a crazy garlic fanatic, do your thing. I'm not gonna judge you. Okay, so we have, I use a little white wine in this to deglaze the pan. That is completely optional. Oh, I love that sound and that smell. All right, it's time to get the mushrooms in. So we're gonna add, that's 1 carton of mushrooms roughly chopped. It looks like about 2 cups. It's maybe a little more. So I usually just use a regular sized carton of mushrooms. You can use portobello, you can use white button. It's really preference, whatever you want. I should mention that you can also use a shallot for this. I had a giant bag of onions, so I wanted to use up what I had. Put my garlic in. And then one of the things I like to do, and this is also optional, this would not make it vegan, but I do a little pat just of butter when I add my mushrooms in. And again, that's something kind of optional. All right, let's talk about spices. I have 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary. If you don't have fresh, you can use dry. I have a teaspoon of salt. I have a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and I have about a half a teaspoon of paprika. Mushrooms really kind of take on the flavor of whatever you want them to. So this is the rosemary, lots of garlic, a little wine. If you have different spices on hand, feel free to use those. Sage is another good one. You could use basil. And then this recipe, I love that you actually cook the parsley in here. So I wouldn't use dry parsley. I would definitely go for the fresh, about a half a cup. And we just cook that in there. All right, we'll let this go about 5 to 7 minutes. I might splash a little more white wine. If you don't want to use white wine, you don't have to. You could also do a little squeeze of lemon juice. I like this because you can taste it before you go to the blender with it and get an idea of how the flavors are all coming together. I've got my pan a little hot, so I'll turn this down. We'll let this go. I'll let it cool, just slightly cool, and then we'll take it over to the food processor. All right, so we'll get these walnuts in. I like to put my walnuts, after I toast them on the stove, I like to put it on a plate. I don't like to make that mistake of putting it in a bowl because then they sort of continue to cook. If your food processor can handle warm straight from the pan, then just go for it and just put it right on in. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Okay. The smell of the garlic, onion, oh, combination is so nice in here. And then I'm gonna keep this nearby. We're just gonna pulse it. I like to have that consistency of, this is new. I just got this, you guys. I got a brand new one of these. I think it's locked in now. Okay, here we go. So I'll just pulse it. And I want that grindy kind of coarse pate feel. And then you definitely want to go in and scoop the sides down. You can wait until your mushroom mixture is completely cool before you put it into your food processor. I am just getting ready for some people to come over, and so I want to get it in the fridge sooner than later. Did I mention it was a new? Scrape the sides down again. Oh yeah, this is the consistency we want. And taste it as you go. If you want to add, if you think it might need a little extra salt and pepper, go for it. If you want to squeeze a little more lemon or put some wine juice in it. If it gets too thick, you can always thin it out with a little olive oil. But it should be fine. All right, let's get this pulsed up and we'll get it in a dish. Okay, so guys, optional. If you want to put a handful of Parmesan cheese in here while you have it on the blender, go for it. If you want it to be truly vegan, you would do without the butter and do without the cheese. But if it's vegetarian, for those people that are fine with it, go ahead and use the Parmesan cheese. I like to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese, but it's great either way. This is what the finished product looks like. And it looks great on a board with more cheeses, crackers, fruits, all that good stuff. I hope you guys are having a great holiday season. I will see you here next time. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what you want to see, and until next time, keep hustling. Bye, guys.